Hey, I'm here to give you an egg. Now feed me and give me a room.
Hey everybody, it's September 10th, 2018, and it's the VGBit Bitcast. It isn't Friday, guys.
Yay.
This is Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
I
Had to
refuse.
postpone.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I refuse to make a Paul Walker joke, so he's just gonna stay there. See, I didn't even have to make the joke. Yes.
The horse is dead.
It's just the mention of it.
It is Monday. Oh, go ahead, Cody. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I'm bordering on like trope now. Like this is just my thing. It's my bit. If I stop doing it now, what happens? Like I feel like I have to keep doing it.
I tell you what, I'll have something special for you next week. It'll be even better.
Ooh.
So
Right.
Look forward to that.
Cody has been kicked from the call.
Just turn your camera off. I'll be like, camera off. There we go. No. It is Monday, and we are not recording on a Friday. We had to postpone because, life gets in the way. Life finds a way to get in the way of things. So,
Stupid life.
well, I tell you what, I am actually super grateful that we did postpone. And I know that sounds weird. And I know it's going to cause me a whole lot of extra work. But,
Yay!
Especially if your girlfriend finds out.
she already knows.
Oh, okay.
But-
we didn't record. I just played some video games all night.
No. I didn't play video games all night. We discussed business, TJ. We discussed business. Remember?
Ooh, Rocket League.
TJ TJ played a little bit of Rocket League.
I did actually.
He played a little bit of Rocket League while we were talking.
I was doing research. I was not playing a game. I was doing research.
You're like, let me check out what my ping is out here.
It was okay.
No, I got the opportunity to play a little bit of Spider-Man, so I get to actually talk about that a little bit today. So in efforts of making sure that we are super streamlined and we don't fall down any rabbit holes today, which undoubtedly we will fall down one or two, let's go ahead and kick things off, and let's start with the business, guys. What's your business today?
Well, I think you should start with the most obvious thing that
Oh,
you've been playing.
Let's go ahead and get your thing out of the way.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's get your thing out of the way.
All right. Okay, twist my arm. All right. Freaking Spider-Man. Holy shit, this game is amazing.
I have not had a chance to purchase and play it yet. I want to because I know it's good. I know it is.
I won't go into super details. Mostly I just want to talk. I want to talk about kind of like, what you would expect with a Spider-Man doing all that a spider can. Freaking web swinging. Holy shit, is it good? I'm just.
That being said,
I'm blown away. Literally blown away.
I did see this hilarious video on Twitter just like yesterday or maybe earlier this morning of a glitch where Spider-Man was like all twisted and he's like whoosh, flying through the city like that. And I was like, wow. And then he goes, yeah, and then like, contorts himself back to normal. And then the person posted, this was hilarious, but this game is still amazing.
It really is. And caveat, I bought the collector's edition of the Spider-Man, the one with the actual PlayStation 4 Spider-Man. So I have the gigantic red and white PlayStation 4.
You actually have that like right now? You finally got it in?
Oh yeah, I got it in. I have it hooked up. I was a little disappointed with it. Mainly because the nice shiny reflectiveness was only on the top layer of the PS4. The other two layers, they make the PS4 sandwich, are matte and rough red, just like formed plastic. They didn't make it shiny and glistening. So, yeah, it is lame. And I was like, come on, guys. But I bought that because specifically I wanted the 4K HDR, so I could play Spider-Man in 4K, and it is so pretty. And the webs. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to it. The web swinging in the game is exactly what you want in a Spider-Man game. They just nailed it. Just right there. It's just perfect. You can sit there. You swing building to building. It pulls you around. You know, if you hit a corner of a building and you're swinging, it pulls you around to the side. Whereas actual physics.
I love that. I love that. That's
you
awesome.
Launch yourself off a building, and then you have a little bit of a way to actually kind of launch yourself. If you get stuck where there's no buildings around you, you can shoot your web out and hit a couple of buildings that are off to the side and pull yourself and launch you through the air almost like a slingshot while you're swinging, just to make sure you keep momentum and covering that distance and don't lose out on your building swing. It is that's so nice.
That's good to hear, because like I know we're talking really old school right now, but that the original like Spider-Man game that I played on PlayStation 1, where you could just web swing anywhere, even though it wasn't, like, swinging around buildings and stuff. That was cool, being able to swing anywhere like that. And then I got this.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Sorry. You didn't have to stop on my account.
No, it's fine. I was just saying, I tried looking for another game where it was just you were able to just free swing anywhere. And the next couple of Spider-Man games that I tried playing was awful, because like the only place you could swing is if they had a big spider, like a spider web logo next to the building, and you could zap that, and it was awful. So hearing about this, that's good. That makes me happy.
It is so beautiful. The story is different than what you would normally see with traditional Spider-Man. I believe it follows some of the newer comics that had been rehashed. Peter Parker is no longer a photojournalist or a freelance photographer. He is a lab assistant. I won't say for what. It's you find out like literally within 10 minutes of launching the game, but I'm still not going to say, just because. So he's a lab assistant, and part of the pre-order of the game, you get a couple of different costumes. Actually,
right. Yeah, I remember seeing those.
One of them was the Iron Spider costume. From the Avengers. Yeah, from
Nice.
the Avengers. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. It's what I'm running right now. I am running the Iron Spider costume. The new Spider-Man costume that they have in there, it's awesome, kicks ass. But I mean, Iron Spider, I was like, I got to do this. This is just it's too, cannot do it.
Yeah.
So there's, I believe, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 different costumes that you can get in the game.
Nice.
And you get them through a little bit different method.
Loot boxes.
Well, no, you don't get them through loot boxes. You actually, you collect what they call crime tokens. Crime tokens, you go stop like petty theft and abductions and stuff like that in the streets. You get crime tokens. You collect enough crime tokens, you can unlock a costume. So it's content for the side, more or less. And
that's cool, because the whole costume thing actually reminds me again of the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man, because you had different costumes in that.
Punch the little password entry flower.
Reminds me of the.
Sorry.
TJ needs healing, so we'll take a moment to let TJ get some healing. Hey, he's good.
I'm gonna bust right through here. The only Spider-Man game I've ever played is the one on PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way, the only way that you really got costumes from what I remember were cheat codes. And those costumes weren't so much costumes as they were being able to dress up as just about any villain or other hero that you had in the game, including Mary Jane.
Yeah, I remember doing that. I think they had that I remember seeing something like that too, where you could just crawl around on the wall as Mary Jane. It was pretty hilarious. Yeah,
save Mary Jane as Mary Jane.
That's great. Yeah,
you could fight Electro as Electro. I think that was the guy's name.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
It is let's see. What else do I want? The costume, the fighting. Okay. Fighting in the game is reminiscent of the Arkham Asylum series.
I figured.
Ooh.
I figured.
So, but Insomniac did a little bit different thing. You know, Batman has this combo type things. You still get that same combo capabilities with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man also has a lot of extra powers, more or less. Like you can hit a button combo and he bounces off a wall and dives at a guy, or he can shoot webs at a guy, web him up, knock him up in the air, and you can jump up in the air and do an air combo and punch him. They add a lot of flavor to the fight instead of it just being punch, 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 roll around the guy, punch, punch, punch. It makes it where it's not as dull as what it could be when you've got like 40 guys or 50 guys, because you can get a number of guys surrounding you and you can feel a little bit overwhelmed, but they do a pretty good job. And one of the things that I've noticed when you're playing as Spider-Man and doing a fight is you really want to pay attention to Spider-Man's spider sense. When you're fighting, you'll see a little like white halo around his head where it's like tingling. At that point in time, you're fixing to get your ass kicked. So you better take advantage, take knowledge and sit there and dodge and move and get out of the way. So I am about 5% into the game so far. And one thing that Spider-Man did take from the Assassin's Creed series is the tower type thing where, in Assassin's Creed, you climb up and you can look all the way around. With Spider-Man, you sync up with what they call Osborn Towers, and it unlocks the city map for you. And then once it unlocks the city maps, it patches you into your police radio or the police radio. That's where you can see all your little small crimes to where you can get your crime tokens. So there are things and stuff out there that you can take advantage of, and I will leave Spider-Man pretty much at that point because like I said, I'm not going to talk about the story. But it's so far what I've seen is really, really good, and I am enjoying it so much.
I can't wait. I can't wait to try it myself.
I tell you what, this is, I said this already for Dead Cells, but this is going to be a Game of the Year contender.
Ooh,
this
awesome.
game,
Already.
I tell you what, it's going to be a hard year to pick a number one. It is. There's too many good ones out there right now. So, let's see. Outside of Spider-Man and Spider-Man, it's been Spider-Man. So that's all I've been up to. That's my business of the week has been Spider business. So, who wants to take next?
I can go ahead and go next.
All right, Cody, go ahead.
So, aside from working diligently on my schoolwork,
As one does,
which is a very important thing to be doing, and all's going well so far. Yeah, we'll see how that goes in the coming months. Apparently, anyway, no, everything's going great with school. On the game front, however, I've been playing a lot of PUBG, RimWorld, and a little bit of D&D on the side. And PUBG, it's about as crappy as ever.
It's the same game it's always been.
it's PUBG.
Yep, it's the same old shenanigans. However, I've been playing that with a couple of buddies and just having a blast. Whether we die or not, we have a good old time.
Exactly. It's more fun to just not even take it seriously at all because it sucks. Just play it to have fun.
Yep. Every at the start of every game, while we're waiting for the plane drop, we end up playing tag. And I'm typically always the first person to load in, so I run up and find someone and punch them and say, "You're it," and then I book it. So it always involves one of them chasing me around as we play a little bit of tag in the beginning, which is good. And then on the RimWorld front, oh boy, the huge colony that I had and was building up unfortunately met a grievous demise. As,
General Grievous attacked them.
not far off. I was attacked by an invading mechanoid ship that crash landed near my base,
Awesome.
and I sent my entire army out to face them, and they got shredded.
Ooh.
I think I lost 6 or 7 people.
It was at that point he knew he fucked up.
Yep. I won. I killed them. I defeated the mechanoids, but at a heavy, heavy price paid. I think Lucid, the sheriff, is still alive.
I'm blind and I'm deaf, but I'm still badass.
You know what? I'm gonna have to load it up and check and see, and I'll give you guys an update as soon as it's done loading. But
Wow.
yeah, so I did that. I started a new colony just in time for the Unstable 1.0 release. So for those of you who have been playing RimWorld and enjoying it, 1.0 is out, and that is where the developer is going to stop. He's not going to be updating the game any further. He's going to leave it all up to the community and creating mods, which there's already tons of awesome looking mods out there. So I'm stoked to start trying some of those out.
I'm gonna have to give that game a try as well. I've been wanting to try it, but I was wanting to wait for the 1.0 thing. So.
Oh, I stand corrected. Lucid is one of the casualties.
Oh.
Like, I was blind and deaf. I was bound to
Not
die.
as
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
Lucid was one of the ones that went in going, ah, shooting.
I was gonna say something really fucked up, but try not to be so insensitive lately.
Yeah, I don't think I save at the end. I think I was just like, I'm just gonna quit, whatever. Or maybe I did save. I'm not quite sure. But I've got 4 people in the infirmary right now. 4 people dead. So them's the breaks.
Oof.
A lot of people going crazy. Super sad and upset that everyone's dead. But
Go dig up bodies and place them on the tables.
yeah.
And all the necrophiliacs in his colony are super excited.
Yep, I'm gonna have to start. I'll have to give him a proper burial at some point, but I don't think I can mentally handle trying to jump back in here and calm everyone down enough and heal everyone to get to that point. So I think I'll just leave it in limbo. But other than that, I started teaching my niece and a friend of mine from school, her son, who has been wanting to learn to play D&D for the longest time. I started teaching them how to play D&D. They have their characters created. My friend's son is playing as a half-elf cleric. And my niece is taking after my own heart, playing as a rogue.
Awesome.
Stabby.
Stabby. And I am so excited. So, gonna... got them just about started. I have one more person that I got to get squared away with a character. And then probably once a month, I think, is what we're going to try and meet. And we got to figure out a good time because originally we were going to do Fridays, but Fridays are now no longer possible for most everyone. So we got to figure out a different day to do it on. But we'll get there.
Gotta love D&D.
Yeah.
Brings all
I'm
the people
excited.
together.
Once in a blue moon.
Once a month.
I'm excited though, because I don't know if I showed it or if I had it for the last stream, but I bought a huge 36-inch by 42-inch play mat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you were talking about buying one of those.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 34.5 by 48-inch battle mat it's vinyl and you can draw on with markers and it's dope. And I drew on it a little bit already and it looked pretty good. Just one thing I've noticed is that pre-built maps like the Mines of Phandelver and the Sunless Citadel and stuff like that, huge maps. bigger than these battle maps. Huge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So like even having this, I don't have enough room to draw them on.
That's why I'm working on using a TV inside of a table.
It's a good idea.
Which specifically I actually found, just a sort aside, I found a 7-foot by 3-foot table. I'm going to use this as a computer desk, but it's a 7-foot by 3-foot table, solid wood tabletop for $10.
Damn.
Wow.
It was nuts. There are 2 more tabletops that I'm going to go back and buy. They were in the price range of $20. They were both 7-foot by 3-foot. I'm going to buy both of those for an upcoming podcast set that I'm probably going to try and construct. And then one of them is going to be for a game table for D&D.
Where were you shopping? In IKEA?
No.
Discount IKEA?
Nope. These tables are all solid wood. It's just they happen to be on crazy discount because they're just tabletops. And I'm like, well, I can put legs on a table.
Oh, they were just okay.
Yeah.
I
so
see.
it's nuts.
That's pretty dope.
So
It's exciting. I can't wait for your D&D campaign. Everything you were telling me about it. Oof.
I'm so excited. I got to do some more writing, but I think hopefully the 29th we'll actually start a recording.
All right. So looking at that pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear.
So D&D Rim World. Anything else you've been playing, Cody?
No, man. I think that's about it. I've been watching a lot of streams lately, just catching up on friends and people who are streaming while working on homework. So I don't think I've really played anything else. I mean, a little bit of Rocket League. Nothing really to mention too much, except I played it with TJ on his team this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always a good time on the winning team.
TJ, I'm just gonna drive around. You go score all the points.
I'll never forget that one time we were watching David stream Rocket League, and you
stream sniped him,
and you fought against him and kicked his ass. He was doing pretty good for a little bit there.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was just kind of like taking it slow.
Yeah.
It was 2v2, so I was like just kind of like hanging around. And
yeah, I
scored.
I remember watching you whenever I was watching the stream. I was like, he's not playing at his fullest right now. like the ball's going douche, and Lucid's like.
I scored 1 goal, and then Knightley's in chat, and she's like, "Wait a minute, what the hell?"
Oh man,
But,
I wish someone had that clipped. I want to see that.
I think
there's a clip somewhere.
I think there is a clip somewhere. I'll have to go see if I can find it. I'll show it to you later.
Oh yeah, David did fine for the time he's played. Yeah, that was unfair of me, and I felt bad.
But you enjoyed every minute of it.
David will never play Rocket League with me, so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna play. He can't stop this.
Perfect.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess TJ, since you were beating people up in the past in Rocket League, and you were playing Rocket League not too terribly long ago, what you been playing?
I play a little bit of Rocket League. Not really to play, but because the new Rocket Pass is out, and I'll talk about that later. But still fun. I played a lot of Monster Hunter. That's what my laptop is now is for Monster Hunter and streaming, or not streaming, but podcasting when I'm not home.
Stabbing monsters and talking about stabbing monsters.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm almost to 100 hours in Monster Hunter.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I started a new character, and that new character is long since past the old one.
Whoa!
Yeah. I'll tell you why. Is because I had a male hunter, and I really didn't like the male armor. It's super bulky. It's a shit cut. It just looks stupid. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a female. And I get the stereotype. It's like, oh, guys will play female characters. But it's not about that. I don't care how naked they are. It's their armor is just cut better. It looks like a tailor made the female armor, and Walmart made the male armor.
Fashion hunter.
Yeah, really. like I've come up against where I'm getting better armor now. Like I'm in high rank, of course. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this armor is better, but the armor I have on is good and looks better. So I'm gonna stick with this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would just like to point out he's over 100 hours. You said
I'm almost to 100. I'm like 94 or 5.
I'm at 49 hours in that game,
God.
and he started that new character when I started playing because he
Yeah.
started playing with me.
The character that I started with him, I think, is if the other one's at 30, she's at 60, I think now, or just under 60. And that's not idle time. That's I'm legitimately playing the whole time.
TJ,
I really
huffing it.
do like the game. I did pick up Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for the Switch.
Not good.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not saying that. It's just I've gotten so used to the what the hell is it's something of life.
Quality of life.
Quality of life, yeah, the quality of life things they've done to World that have just made it so much more fluid, more accessible. I mean, if you're a hardcore Monster Hunter player and you really like the old school, then you'll still love Generations Ultimate. It's still really good. It has all the weapons and all the monsters that World doesn't have, which I hope one day we'll get them. But it takes time. They can't just port those. They have to create whole new assets for World, which is fine. But yeah, man, and Pickle Joe's on PC now. Devil Joe, he's Devil Joe, Pickle Joe.
Oh, one of the monsters. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
new
okay.
pickle, new monster, not new pickle.
They come up with ridiculous names for all the monsters. Like there's one monster that you fight early on whose name is Baroth, and they call him the Mud Puppy.
But yeah, man, I didn't think that I would like World as much as I do, but it's probably my top game this year so far.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man,
I guess that's the only game I've played recently that came out like this year, aside from Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I cannot wait until Game of the Year podcast.
Yeah. Which is coming soon, man. It's already getting into
I know.
the fourth
Probably-
quarter.
Probably going to be late November, I think, is when we're going to have our Game of the Year.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
But did I play any other? I haven't played any other games, but non-gaming news. I finally watched Baby Driver.
How was it?
Oh,
I've
yeah?
heard that it's supposed to be really good.
It's. Did you ever watch Ronin? Like way back, I want to say late '90s, early 2000s. I couldn't tell you anything about what it's about, but it involved shitloads of car chases.
No.
Well, if you like cars and music, this is a good movie. The story's fine. There's nothing wrong with the story. It's better than Fast and Furious level of non-story. I mean, the story's good. The characters are great. It's got a lot of A-listers, some unknowns also.
But
I guess I don't know who
it
they
does not
are.
have Paul Walker.
Well, no movie does anymore, except the ones that he was in. But I liked the movie. I did. I legitimately enjoyed the movie. The music was great. The driving scenes were really good. It's a solid movie. I'd recommend it. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a great movie.
On that note of movies, as an aside, I finally watched Deadpool 2.
Ooh, how was that?
I think I liked it better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the first one better.
I liked the development with the technical villain better. I thought it just kind of wrapped itself up a little bit nicer and played itself out better than the first one, which was a big thing that I paid attention to, because the first one, like, it was funny and I liked the humor and the pacing of the first one. The second one had a little bit more like awkward pauses in some of there, and like some of the comedy was like, it's Deadpool, but at the same time it's like, come on, you could have like sped that up a little bit. But I think I also enjoyed the fact that it focused a little bit more on like the action and a little bit less on the sex and gratuitous nudity.
True.
There was no gratuitous nudity in the first one. I didn't think there was nudity.
Yeah.
I didn't see any boobs.
It was in the strip club scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And when they went to her
like a
house,
solid 3 minutes.
I'm fairly desensitized to boobs. I'm just like, those are boobs. We're moving on.
TJ's
Wow,
like,
there's nudity. I'm like, was there? Yeah, the boobs. Oh yeah, okay.
TJ's like, where's the stabbing part of the Deadpool?
I'm here for murder, not boobies.
Yeah. And I felt 2 did a lot better job of like just having that action and an interesting enough plot line to follow through with that. That being said, I mean, 1 was still really good. I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. I think it was a great opener for Deadpool, and you know, it was a really close like which one do I like more. And honestly, what beat it out was just the wrap up and conclusion for the second one as compared to the first one.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's all I got. Anyways.
And on the note of movies,
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, movies are completely fair game now.
Okay.
We've fallen off that cliff so many times. We might as well just live
it's
there.
fair game.
We built a house down here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Welcome.
there's a movie that released on the 7th or the 8th of September on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it's an animated movie called Next Gen. I saw the preview trailer and I thought, this movie's gonna be kind of shit. It's gonna be one of those, you know, movies that's like made by some company you've never heard of, which is true. There's a lot of companies that all the companies I have never heard of before. But I happened to watch it because I was out at my in my parent-in-law's house helping my wife bake a cake for a party that we were doing, and we had it on TV and I was watching it, and it actually was pretty good. So I would actually recommend seeing it if you're into animated movies. It's pretty good.
It looks like cheap Big Hero 5.
Big Hero 6.
Or Big Hero 6, I'm
that's
sorry.
What a lot of people
Well,
a lot of people will compare it to Big Hero 6 or Wall-E or iRobot. Everybody's making all those comparisons. I'd say it's most like iRobot, to be honest.
Okay.
Solid
But,
movie, by the way.
iRobot.
You've seen it?
iRobot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, solid
Sorry.
movie.
Well, I like that.
It kind of reminds me of a short film that I once watched called Blinky. Just the robots that I see, they remind me of this. It was a short like horror film kind of thing. Really good. Really, really good. Anyway.
But yeah, Next Gen. It was a good movie on Netflix, and I suggest watching it if you have it. On that note, I have to be right back. So,
all right, let's take a quick short break then,
Quick break.
and we'll
I
be right
gotta
back.
pee.
Hey, and we're back, and we're gonna just roll right into Michael's business of the week. So,
okay,
Michael,
let me start with my let me get this out of the way. A little PUBG. We already know what that's like.
PUBG.
I've been playing more World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth. They have the Warfront mode available now in that, and it is a 20-player PvE like scenario where you team up with like 19 other Horde or Alliance players, and then you go in, and it's a lot like Warcraft 3, like an old RTS, but you're playing from, you know, the perspective of one of like the units. So you go around and you collect iron and wood, and you use it to build like bases and buildings inside your base, and you have to defeat enemy captains that try to attack, and you can build siege weaponry and go capture points along the map, all to lead up to the point where you defeat the commander at the very end. And then after you get all that done, it can last for like 30, 40 minutes. And after it's done, then it awards you Azerite power, which is important in this expansion right now, and like a piece of really good gear. And it's really fun. It's actually a very interesting part of the expansion. Warfronts are really awesome. I enjoy them a lot. Okay, World of Warcraft is done. Now this is the game I was wanting to talk about. I played about an hour of Little Dragons Cafe.
Hey.
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
This is the game that now. Yeah, this is a Switch full release game with the card and everything, and the game itself is really charming and cute, and from the little bit I've played, is fun. Like I'm actually enjoying like the characters and the gameplay, like running the cafe and raising your dragon a lot. I like the gameplay a lot. Technical problems on a full release game. The objects pop in and out depending on how far you are or how close you are. Um, it's choppy. Like when you're walking, it'll actually like the frame rate will slow down and be choppy, like 20 frames per second
Wow.
in the game. It's pretty bad. Like I streamed it, and I recorded like an hour of it, and I have it up on my YouTube, and it's pretty bad. Uh, like I'm trying to think, like the shadows in the background. Normally, like the shadows would go on, but like the shadows will just disappear, and like as you backen up, the shadows disappear, and it gets bright, and objects will pop out of existence, and it's not good optimization. it's pretty bad, considering it's a full release game. I'm thinking that they'll patch it at some point and provide updates to fix this. I hope. But right now, as a new release, when you're playing it, like if you get a chance to just like look at a review or something, you'll see what I mean. At first, I thought it was my computer. Like I thought it was OBS, like bogging down my PC or my CPU and making it chop. It's the game. It was doing it on my TV over here. I was like, oh my god.
I wonder if that issue is resolved in the PlayStation 4 edition.
I don't know. It could be.
I'm kind of curious about that now. I may have to go investigate.
But yeah, as far as the game itself goes, the gameplay and stuff, it's great. Like it's a cute, fun game. It reminds me of that classic, Harvest Moon kind of gameplay. And there's some silly moments in it, like your mom's like, "Oh, I'm feeling sick," and then she lays down in bed and she won't wake up, and then this old guy appears out of nowhere, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to give you an egg. Now feed me and give me a room." You have to make him, and these two kids, it's two little kids, and they're just like, "Okay." It's really silly moments, but
sure, crazy old guy.
It's a fun, yeah, sure, old guy. It's a fun little game, but yeah, the only thing that's bad about this is the technical issues, and the optimization is terrible right now.
I'll have to watch and see your video on where you were at, where the chugging of the game is, because I'm curious to try it on mine and see it myself on my Switch too.
Yeah, I've heard other people say the same thing in reviews. I haven't looked up a lot, but I've heard some other people that have the same issues and stuff. So yours, that sucked. I'm disappointed about that.
Yours was straight docked though to the TV, and it was having the chug issues. Did you try it hands out of the dock at any point in time?
Yes. Same
Still
issues.
chugged? Okay.
Yeah. And that's all I've played. That's my business.
The business has been completed. So we will move on.
Is concluded.
Business is good. Business is over. It's time for the news. Michael, why don't you go ahead and kick the news off this week for us?
Okay. First of all, what? Okay, first of all, Nintendo has announced a new limited edition version of its latest hardware.
The Switch?
The Nintendo Switch Pikachu and Eevee edition.
Oh no.
And it decked out the entire Switch from Joy-Cons to the dock. in imagery from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. The new edition is coming in November 16th and will retail for $400.
I kind of like the gold controller a little bit, but that's about it when I saw the Pokemon.
I thought the little Pikachu and the Eevee on the dock were kind of cute, but yeah, I'm not super interested. But you know, for those Pokemon fans out there it is.
I haven't seen it, but I feel like it's a low effort. I just feel like low effort.
It does kind of look like a vinyl sticker was applied to the dock, and then they've colored one of the nunchucks gold and the other one yellow, and we're like, that's good.
Yeah, it's like one's a Pikachu color and one's an Eevee color.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this. Look, if I wanted my Switch to look like this, you can just buy some stickers.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. Okay, the back of the Switch is cool. I like the silhouettes and stuff. But the rest of it, that's easily done with some stickers, and you throw on some skins, and you're good to go. That's super low effort. I'm disappointed, Nintendo. Disappointed.
I kind of like the fact that it's pretty low profile. Like, it's not something that's like, look at me. Like, it kind of just looks like, you would customize it yourself. So I really hope that it's not like a really expensive special edition one, because
$400.
It's $400.
How much is it
Dollars,
normally?
$250, isn't it?
Ooh.
No,
Am I wrong? Or is it
you're
$300?
wrong. I think it's $300 for the Switch. It's normal.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's $300
for that.
Unless you buy it through Colorware, and then you pay an arm and a leg and a testicle.
And have to wait a month and a half.
Yeah, but you get a really kick-ass Switch. Though.
Yeah. And you know what? They could probably do this too. And it'll probably be better quality. You can get it in metallic flake and it'd look dope.
Yeah. You get some gold leaf for that Pikachu.
Now, I will say that I do like that the controllers match Eevee and Pikachu. You know, they're that slightly brown and the yellow of Pikachu. That's a nice touch, but I also feel like they could have done better.
Yeah, maybe put some like decals or logos on the controllers, maybe.
Some iconography of each character on the controller would have been nice.
Not just a plain color brown.
Like Eevee's gemstones up one side, like for the Eevee
exactly.
side, that'd have been cool.
Thanos with his gemstones on the other.
Well, that's
Eevee with the power glove.
I kind of wish that they had offset them a little, had like Eevee a little higher, Pikachu a little bit lower, and then just like sliced it in half, kind of like the like a versus screen.
Oh yeah, that'd be neat.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
And like did the backgrounds like similar colors, like maybe a slightly darker yellow for Pikachu, just to offset it. Like that would have been cool looking. Or maybe reverse the colors, so like the background of Pikachu was Eevee's color and the background of Eevee was Pikachu's color to make them pop more.
I mean,
I think we all agree it was low effort by Nintendo.
It was,
and I don't even own a Switch.
It was low effort for Nintendo. But for those who are interested in a Switch that looks like it has just some stickers posted on it, it comes out November 16th.
Hooray!
SNK has a classic fighting game called Samurai Showdown, and it is making a comeback on PS4.
I saw this.
It is on Epic's Unreal Engine.
oh, nice.
It's very colorful and bloody,
Ooh,
Nice.
and it is announced to be released sometime in 2019.
nice.
And the trailer shows a little bit about the story mode. It like kind of gives you a little information about what it's going to be about, the story mode, and it shows some of the gameplay from some of the different characters, and it looks pretty cool. Like I remember playing Samurai Showdown a long time ago, and I was wondering if they were ever going to remake that, because Street Fighter's had a ton of remakes, and Mortal Kombat's had a ton of remakes. I was like, where's some of the more obscure ones like Samurai Showdown? Boom, here it is.
Neat.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's that. SNK is coming out with Samurai Showdown on the PS4. Make your comeback. And I have one more piece of news.
Okay.
Okay, so there's this game I'd never played it. It's called Rebel Galaxy. It's a popular space trading
Love
and
that game. So good.
combat simulation video game.
I'm somewhere over here.
Yeah.
It's getting a prequel
Nice.
called Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. This time, it says you'll be leaving the captain's chair of the capital ship, and you'll be in a small gunship.
Ooh.
Outlaw puts you in control of Juno Markev, a rebellious pilot who's climbing the criminal ladder. You fly your way through a single-player campaign, blasting through enemy threats as you complete missions. Apparently, there's over 21 hours of radio music for you to listen to while you're flying. Between missions, you can gamble or play pool or place bets for new ship parts and upgrades.
That's cool.
And there's a small, like, kind of like trailer of the game, and it shows this alien dude talking to you the entire time. And the best thing about that whole thing, like he talks a little bit about the game. The best thing about the whole little trailer, like his little PSA, like a little public service announcement, is that near the very end, the alien jokingly says, please send $1,000 to Double Damage Games to receive an image of your ship that you'll eventually buy in our game once we finish designing it. And we'll put you on a list. And he goes, nah, just fucking with you. So a little stab at Star Citizen there.
A little.
A stab and a twist.
That part cracked me up hard when I saw
That's
that. I was
awesome.
like, oh my god, I'm so interested in this game. I want to play it so bad. It says Outlaw will not feature a multiplayer component, but it will launch on the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC early 2019.
2019. Oh no!
It says the PC version game will have both HOTAS and mouse keyboard support,
Nice.
and include features for modding. The game will cost $30.
Not bad.
Very cool.
Ooh.
So, yes.
Here's I want to point out, for those who never played Rebel Galaxy, it's a really cool game, but it plays in you play as a ship. You're a big ship, a capital ship, sort of, and you can't move up or down. You move like you would in Black Flag. You know, it's like ship combat. You have your broadsides and you have front cannons and stuff like that. But in the game, you can hire fighters that will fly with you, and they will fly around like all just crazy and stuff. And I think that's what this is. I think Juno is your character's aunt, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So because go ahead.
No, go ahead real quick.
I was just gonna say, because your aunt is one of your contacts as you're like making your way through the game. You're like catching up with her and doing stuff.
I want to try out the game. There's a lot of things I want to try out lately, but seeing the information about this game makes me really interested. But in the PSA, the alien mentions, he says, so he's saying to the viewer, he's like, so apparently it's proven that if you whine and bitch enough on the internet, you know, you can have what you want. Apparently, people were complaining about not being able to go up and down. Fucking whiny asses is what he was saying. I didn't know what he was talking about because I didn't play it. So you mentioning that, that you can't go up or down. He mentions that in the PSA, which is hilarious.
That's funny. Awesome. It was really weird, but like the game is so good. Like if you've never played Rebel Galaxy, I recommend everyone pick it up.
It's been on my wish list for a while.
Yeah,
I'll give it a try for sure.
It's very fun. The combat is so satisfying. Like taking down big ass capital ships with your little dinky ass ship feels so good. It's so much
awesome.
fun.
I can't wait for this. So yeah, it has a prequel. It has a prequel called Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. I can't It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Let me see if that was all that I had about it. It made fun of Star Citizen's pattern of charging its players its exuberant fees
for a game that still isn't out.
Star Citizen needs some burn ointment for that. That's all I can read. What?
DJ.
I tasted something bitter, and I was just doing faces.
Okay.
Drinking some LaCroix there?
Rebel Galaxy apparently has like a really good, humor to it.
Yeah.
In one of the clips, it shows shows Juno flipping off an enemy pilot, spouting a one-liner, and then shoots him down. But yeah, just reading about it and seeing a little bit about it made me super interested to try the first game, and then made me excited to wait for this second one coming out. So that's all the news that I got. I thought I'd talk a little bit about Rebel Galaxy.
I'm glad you did, because I hadn't heard about that. Now I'm pretty stoked about it.
Nice.
That's really cool.
And yeah, that's it. I'm done with my news segment.
All right, Cody, you want to go next?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh boy. I always end up finding all the news that I want to talk about like in the middle of the podcast.
That's all right.
So like none of it's really researched, and that's also because none of the news is like really developed yet. It's more just like, here's the mentions of it, follow the progress. So for instance, today while I was eating dinner, I saw a commercial that there are 3 Netflix series coming out following video games. The first one is Netflix is working with the creators of The Witcher to come out with a Netflix series about The Witcher. And the guy who's playing The Witcher is going to be Henry Cavill, who played Superman and Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah,
great actor.
Yeah. And never actually seen that movie, but everyone seems to love him as Superman, so...
Hold on.
He's a good Superman.
Don't watch Batman versus Superman.
Just
don't.
What's the Superman? What's the new one? Man of Steel. That was okay.
just watch the Superman stuff. Don't watch Batman versus Superman.
Okay, noted. But they have a trailer, a 49-second trailer out for it, apparently, at least on IMDb, which what I saw on TV basically just showed Geralt looking at it was either Yennefer or Triss or some woman as they slowly unbutton their shirt. That was about like all they showed.
So a lot like The Witcher.
So
a
lot like The
Witcher.
Pretty much. But then they also mentioned that they're working with Blizzard to create Diablo.
Nice.
And
what?
I haven't been able to find much about it. It seems to be following along the curtails of Castlevania. So I think it might be an animated series similar to Castlevania instead of it being, like fully acted, or it might at least be, CGI, something along those lines.
Cool.
But again, there's nothing about this other than the fact that they're like working on it. And then Castlevania itself, I don't know if it's been announced or not, but October is when they plan to debut the next season for Castlevania.
Nice.
Which I'm very excited for.
I'm glad that show's doing well. I haven't watched it because I wasn't into Castlevania, but it's nice. It's good to know that gaming shows are doing good.
I have never actually played any Castlevania games, but I watched the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
What about, let's ask our anime expert. Have you watched the Castlevania?
I have not watched the Castlevania series yet.
Oh.
It's 4 episodes.
I know. I have not. Look, I'm neck deep in this season's anime right now that's been released. There's a lot of good ones, and then there's a whole lot of bad ones. So, and of course, I got to watch the bad ones too.
I want to go back to the 90s when all of them were great.
That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Everything's so gratuitous acts of... what was the word I was looking for? It just fell out of my head. Fan service.
Violence?
Gratuitous acts of fan
service.
service. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. That's what everything is about these days.
That's what everything is nowadays, yeah.
So annoying.
I have to duck out.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a short break. So we'll be right back. Hey, everybody, we're back. Sorry about that. Michael has game overed.
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
I'm not sorry.
He Paul Walkered.
God damn it.
Sorry, not sorry. So,
I'm going
Cody,
to hell.
you were in the middle of your news segment, so go ahead and kick it back off, and let's continue where you left off.
All right. Next thing on my news agenda. Speaking of PUBG, they have announced a new map that they will be debuting at some point in the future. It is revealed / was data mined / leaked, whatever you want to call it. It's a snow map, which apparently was leaked not too long ago, but it's a snow map.
Probably trying to generate buzz.
Yeah. Trying to beat back Fortnite, which has just obliterated it. But so snow map, C4, they're apparently introducing C4, which might be interesting. It's a real slow play as compared to everything else, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's supposed to be a fast-paced game. Now, granted, people are hiding under bridges or doping up coke and Band-Aids underwater trying to survive the little blue bubble, but I don't know. That almost doesn't. I mean, grenades, yes. C4, weird.
Yeah.
It would work fine because there is a lot of downtime when you're getting into the late game where I've seen plenty of opportunities where I would want to set up a trap for someone because I know someone's going to be going into this building. This is, it's the only building here. People are going to want to come in here. As soon as they open that door, beep, beep, boom, blow them up.
You hide upstairs. You put C4 downstairs at the door's entrance.
Now, what I've really wanted in the game for a long time are claymores.
Yeah.
But I know that would be terrible.
Breaking.
Yeah. Well, not game breaking, but it would suck. I guess that would be game breaking because every time you would walk through a door, boom, fuck.
I mean, that would help the fast pace.
I think if they put claymores in, it would have to be a drop crate item to me.
Yeah.
This on the topic of C4. If they went, I don't know. I'm okay
already,
with C4.
Like, you almost don't need like C4 or a claymore, especially if you're playing in third person. Now, first person, I think that would be a great addition.
Yeah.
But with first person, you almost don't need it because you just peek around corners. Like, you don't need a warning system. You just sit there and watch around the corner where they can't see you. Yeah. And then you pop out and you shoot them, and hey, you win. Like,
yeah. That's why I don't play third person. I do like third person because I've gotten a lot of really good kills that way. Because there are people that play like they're in first person, so they'll lay down on the floor waiting for you to run up the stairs. When you get to the landing, you can see them laying there. You're like, oh, okay. So you just jump shotgun back down. They're dead. You're like, okay, idiots.
Yeah.
Which I believe Michael has a clip of me doing that. So.
See, I love playing in first person just because it feels like more natural to me, and I hate the peeking of third person.
Yeah.
But I always seem to do better in third person in getting kills. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but
it's the peeking. Also,
my kills have never been while peeking. It's always been like I see someone running in the distance and then I aim down my sights and shoot them. But like when I'm playing first person, I never get those kills.
I think a lot of it too is you have a better field of vision in third person. You can see around your character while you're moving a lot better.
I could see that.
But yeah, I mean the game suffers from every shooter game, which is peeker's advantage.
Yep.
Where you will see them before they see you if you move out of hiding first. But I mean, every online shooter game has that problem. It's unavoidable until we have quantum light speed. So, I mean, we have light speed internet, but quantum computing. When we get that, then we'll get rid of that peeker's advantage.
Get on it, Google. Hurry up.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Comcast and AT&T aren't letting them do shit.
No net neutrality for you. Ha 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 ha.
Sad.
Sad face.
This is the year the internet died.
This is the year.
This is the year.
The internet.
We've been plagued with memes for how long, and this is the year that the internet dies.
Well, when you lose net neutrality, then yes, this is the year. This is the year that the internet suffered its death blow. Unless that gets reinstated, then
it won't.
Hopefully it does.
I mean, unless it's at state level, and right now California is the only one that has a shot to do it, and they're fighting it tooth and nail right now.
Yeah. I mean, they need to because our government sure as fuck isn't. They're like, no way, that's more money for business. Yeah, let's get rid of that because
What's that?
you know what?
Throttling is good.
I'm not getting into it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope, not here.
Not getting into it. All right.
Not politics because that's a slippery slope, and I will just go off the rails.
And this is not the Politic Cast. This is the VGBit Cast.
We'll talk about
just the Bitcast.
Ow. All right. Well, fine then.
VGBits.
Brought to you by VGBits.
We are our own advertisement. Watch our stuff. Watch TNC Surf Design.
Yeah,
it's out.
Due out. Yes, it was good. I watched it.
That's my childhood right there. Every freaking game. Every game.
Oh man.
Every game.
I need to go watch this. I haven't had the time.
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but my favorite thing was like, I was like, are we going to do two out of threes? And Daniel's like, no, we won't need to. And immediately loses all of his lives, like, within the first half of the level. I was like, all right, then. We're cutting this one short? No?
Hey, I don't know what it was. You know, during the practice run, dude, I was on fire.
Yeah.
So... I can't chalk it up to like stage fright because that doesn't make sense, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, you know, things had to balance itself. So it's like, hey, you did really awesome. How about you do really shitty right now?
It's like all the practice rounds. You do awesome until you actually play.
Yeah.
It's the curse of the arena. Everyone does real good in the practice. If you win in the practice, you lose in the game.
Yeah. I think that happened with me in, one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember which. I know it happened. I told you it was going to happen too. I was like, anyone who does good in the practice will lose.
It happened like 3 times, I think, to me.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Just to continue to toot our own horns here and kill Cody's news segment.
Absolutely.
Coming up. Coming up Saturday.
Oh yeah, special guest. We have a special guest on the arena. We're playing a game. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the game. We're playing Duck Game. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Cody, Mr. Drillion, is going to be on the arena.
He's going to be on the arena, and then he'll disappear
for like 2 weeks.
Is that episode 7?
Yeah.
Yes, it is episode 7.
I didn't either until I was editing it, and then I was like, "Oh, hey,
hey, it's here."
Wait, is that next? Hold on. When was Speedrunners? Is that after? That's after
no.
Duck Game.
I don't know. Right now, Speedrunners, I believe, is scheduled to be next. So,
okay.
Maybe we'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
We played Speedrunners as well. So,
yeah.
Hint, hint. We also played Towerfall.
Cody, you might be after next week.
Okay, yeah. You don't have them labeled as episodes, so I can't tell. It's just the arena.
Yeah, I really should do something. I mean, if you look at the description, it says the episode number.
Oh, okay. So TNC Surf episode 5. So it's gonna be
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks
after next week.
2 more weeks. So we're very, very, very close to the Cody content. Oh, buddy, I can't wait.
Everybody's like, "Oh, never mind. Catch me when that comes around."
I'm just gonna skip episode 7. Gee, thanks, guys.
No, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
There is a lot
of
good.
Hated that game.
I love that game. I enjoyed it. It was my idea to play that game.
There are a lot of
Daniel
good games.
did not like that game.
Look, I'm not going to spoil the Duck Game. We will talk about Duck Game whenever the podcast rolls around for that week.
Here's your sneak peek.
But Speedrunners is up next.
Speedrunners is so fun.
That's a great game.
It is a fantastic game.
Did you know that game started on Newgrounds? It was a Flash game.
Really?
I don't remember if it was on Newgrounds, but I know it started as a Flash game.
That's surprising.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Just like the artwork and the way that it was designed, I could see that because there were a lot of games that were very similar in design off of like Newgrounds or stickfigure.com or armorgames.com, freegames.com, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I was when I was looking up for art assets for it, and I was like, I have to find the website. Hope they had a press kit. And then I went in there, and I was like, oh my god, this! I played the original game. I was like, this is less good than the one now. Not as good. I mean, it is fun. It was probably very good when it came out, but compared to what it is now, yeah, it's the new one's way better.
I bet.
Anyways, back to Cody's news.
Oh yeah, back to the news, Cody. Sorry.
Yeah. So back to my news. Some assets were leaked. It looks like there's like a medieval castle-looking tower, a maze, and a rocket that is apparently codenamed the Cosmodrome. And they will be introducing the Volkswagen buggy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Cosmodrome the name of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or is Shredder's gigantic eyeball rolling underground? Or am I thinking of a different thing?
No idea.
Was I the only one that ever watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 90s? Oh, wait. Yeah, probably so.
No, that's not true. I watched it, but I also took Ritalin and don't remember anything from then. I remember the show, but I don't remember any details.
I watched some of them on VHS growing up, but that was probably in the early 2000s. The first thing that comes up when I Google Cosmodrome
Technodrome. Sorry, it was a Technodrome.
Technodrome.
Yep, my bad. That was a weird thing. It just reminded me of it.
I gotta look at it. What is it? Oh,
it's a giant rolling eyeball.
Yeah.
You could not beat that in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game. Actually, you couldn't beat the underwater level where the freaking mines were laid, and you had to go and cut that was a pain in the butt. NES gamer. I killed it. All right, go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry. Only Curtis will get that.
That's all right. Thank you, Curtis. We appreciate your contributions. The only other thing I had on my list was I know we had mentioned at one point Sekiro, the new From Software, makers of Dark Souls game, is now available for pre-purchase on Steam for $60, $59.99, and it will release March 22nd of 2019.
Ooh.
Do not pre-purchase. Don't pre-order. Pre-ordering is bad.
Why is that?
Because look at Star Citizen. Pre-ordering is bad.
Okay, you're not technically pre-ordering. There's a little different. That was a Kickstarter that extended into.
No. Still. I mean, look at tons of games that you pre-order and then you get them and you're like, ah, God, this is poop. You gave me poop. You gave me literal poop. Then you have to put it down. Now you have No Man's Sky. They handed you a hot pile of shit, and you're like, I bet something's really cool in here. And then you dug through it, and you're like, nope, it was all shit. It was all shit.
Well, there's a kernel of corn in there somewhere.
Corn is undigested shit. Now, the thing is I'm not saying that From Software is going to do anyone dirty. I mean, we've had Dark Souls, and they're all solid titles except for 2. But pre-order, especially this far out, when we don't have that much info on the game, is bad. Bad idea. Yeah. I mean, I'm also in the same camp that maybe From Software needs money to finish the game.
Possibly.
But that's a problem for them and their investors, not the general public.
Maybe it's just me having grown up with pre-orders being a console thing. I've always understood it as a pre-purchase for consoles anyway, was just reserving your copy of the game, basically. Your pre-order was to reserve the copy for you to pick up at midnight when it released. Game was already done, essentially. Maybe a few finishing touches. But now that we're in a more digital age, I totally understand and see where you're coming from with this. And especially something that's 6 months out, they could still be working on this. They could still be implementing things, and it could just be a money grab.
Okay, so here's my one caveat to this. If you pre-order through Amazon, you don't get charged until the game ships.
That's fair,
Amazon does
but
it
you're
right.
you're also buying physical copies too.
Right.
I'm talking about like digital. Like I buy almost everything I buy now is digital. I don't have any physical anything.
And I buy everything physical. So
Right.
but that's just my point. I was like,
Right.
if you want to do that,
Yeah.
Amazon. Now, granted, they're removing their little $10 discount on pre-ordering games because,
That's dumb.
I don't think it was Amazon's choice. Amazon. Amazon. It wasn't Amazon's choice.
Amazon, you get your ass back in here. I'm gonna lock you up.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was Amazon's choice per se. I think it was game developers were going, hey, wait a minute, what? What have you been doing? You've been discounting the game $10? Hell no.
What if it was just Amazon's cut though? What if they were reducing their profit from it and just boost and sell it, giving the developers theirs, but just reducing theirs for their Prime members?
Here's the thing, though, that I believe it's been like a set thing where all the publishers have agreed upon one set price. Because if you notice that no matter what game comes out, no matter what console comes out for, unless it's a special edition, it's never more than $59.99. And I think that's been like an agreement between publishers and retailers to keep from undercutting and cutting into, basically it's like a stable market type of thing. And what Amazon is doing is undermining that whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Because every single pre-order in Amazon was always sold out.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a game through Amazon until now. Because now all Amazon does is say, okay, if you pre-order a game with this, we'll give you a $10 credit.
And I mean, to be fair, Amazon's doing this has been doing this with all sorts of other products. I mean, I went to my local retro game store to see about picking up some aftermarket Nintendo 64 controllers or original controllers, whatever seemed to work best. Both were the same price. They were $20 for, I think, one controller. One is a very well-known brand that I can't remember the name of, and the other one were just refurbished N64 controllers. And I was like, all right, $20 for a controller, that's not bad. I might pick up one of these, and I happen to check Amazon. I could get two, supposedly from the same retailer for the aftermarket ones, two for, I think, $25.
Yeah.
And
that's been a huge sticking point for a lot of brick and mortar stores is they can't compete with the way that Amazon sells. Because Amazon is basically direct from or through a wholesaler where retailers can't compete with that. Which I've had the same topic like with my job when I order stuff for work. I can be like, look, can you get me this for a cheaper price? Like, that's as cheap as I go. I'm like, I can get it for half price off Amazon. They're like, we can't really compete with Amazon.
Nobody can compete with Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's because we've made Amazon that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it.
I know. I mean,
shit off Amazon all the time.
I am bad about this here. I mean, I have contributed heavily to Amazon's growth as a person.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it's a moral dilemma for me because, like, I go to a comic book store to look for D&D stuff and, like, I just want to buy all the books, but all the books are $60.
Yeah.
I go to Amazon, all the books are like $30.
Yeah. You're like
half the price.
It's like, you got it.
I can get two books or one book.
Yeah. And I think now I do really love, like, I love going to Madness Comics and looking at all the cool shit they have. And we've bought plenty of shit from Madness Comics. I'm saying Madness Comics is the only one I can think of that's close to where we live.
Sponsor us.
Well, we've also went to Reaper.
Oh, yeah, Reaper, too. Reaper's great. They make figurines.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They're the actual place where they make the figurines.
Yeah,
we've actually been there.
It's in Denton.
Yeah. I wish we would have thought.
Yeah, we didn't think about that. We were going to take you straight to the Reaper Mini factory.
I would love that so much.
You could have painted a Mini right off the line.
Next time.
But,
Next
Has it been
time.
mine? Can I keep it, or does it get shipped off to someone?
I think you keep them. Like you
That's
buy
so
like
cool.
they have bins of shit you can just dig through, and you're like, I'll take these and these.
Like
and these.
wholesale pricing, basically. Like
They're
you
they're,
just
they're
get
like
it cheaper?
misprinted or mismade. Like some of them are like slightly off.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah, you would have loved it,
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't even think about that.
I would've
literally
loved
didn't
that.
think of that either.
But like like I was saying though, I'm a real big fan of like the brick and mortar places. I love going there and I love going through all their stuff. But at the same time, I can't afford. Well, I can, but I'm not going to. Dump like let's say Gunpla, which I recently got into and immediately got out of. Mostly because I just don't have the time to put into it. But like I bought one from there and it was I want to say it was almost $100. Which if you don't know what Gunpla is, it's model Gundams. pieced
Really
them
cool.
together. Really very, very cool. But I picked one up there and then like I was looking on Amazon and I get the same one for like $50. And I'm like, it is not my job to keep your company in business.
Yeah.
And that's something I have to remember. Like, I really love these small places, but I can't carry your whole business.
Yeah.
I will give business to you if I can, but at the same time, if I'm getting into this hobby, I have to do the most cost-effective thing for me, which is go here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it sucks, but I mean, that's the market. This is the society we built.
Yeah, it seriously doesn't hurt or help the fact that Amazon like offers 1-day shipping now. Especially in our area where you buy something and you turn around and get it the next day, it's like, I can wait.
Or I think even if you order it early enough, you can get it that day.
Yeah.
Which is just fucking bonkers. And I think it's bad for the environment. I'm going to be a little honest with you. Looking at our garage, every time I come home and I look at the garage, I'm like, we have so many fucking boxes.
Recycle that, man. Just recycle.
We're working on
but
them.
we have to stop and take out at least an hour of the day to go in there and cut all those boxes down. And a lot of it's like you're sitting there and you're like, oh, damn, I need an HDMI to DVI. Let me just order that. And then
$3 later.
and then, later on in the day, you're like, shit, my Xbox controller broke. Order that. And then, 2 days later, you have 5 boxes show up because you couldn't wait to order everything at once.
Yep.
And then Amazon's punk ass will put the tiniest fucking SD card in a big ass box and then cram air packets in there. You're like, come on. Why?
Yep. Like my the battle mat that I ordered, I expected that to come in like a tube or something with like caps on the end, something like really small and simple.
Yeah.
It came in a box that was like this big.
8x8
And,
box.
And like I was like, oh, maybe they just shoved some of the other stuff that I ordered in. Open it up, air.
Yeah.
Just the tube, or just the battle mat and its cylindrical plastic wrap.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, big box for nothing.
Yeah. Occasionally, like I ordered an SD card, and instead of it just coming in an envelope, it came in a box.
Yeah.
It's that thick with a piece of paper that big. You could have slid into one of those foam or padded envelopes. That's all you needed. Not a box with a big ass air packet.
I have to say though, this being said, Amazon has definitely revolutionized and changed a lot of stuff. And seeing as they also pay me a little bit on the side, thank you, Twitch. I mean, like, it's the way of the future at this point, and it's really sad to see because these mom and pop stores, these brick and mortar stores that I would love to go and support, like, they can't keep up. I can't keep up. Like, pricing is just too high, especially for me. Like, if I want to buy something, I make $9.50 an hour working maybe 14 hours a week.
Yeah.
I'm still paying off my tuition and my bills. Like, I have $40 to my name by the end of it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the market we've built as consumer society. It's what can I do to get the most spending the least? And Amazon says, I got you, boy. I got you right here.
Yeah.
Half off everything. It's a good time. And then occasionally they're like 90% off, And then occasionally it says 90% off, but that's
a little treat from me to you.
That smartwatch really only cost $20 and it did not cost $300. You shouldn't have bought it. I'm not saying I bought a knockoff
Lucid.
smartwatch. No, I have.
Lucid.
I have. I'm on brand right here. I've got 2 smartwatches.
Got one for each wrist.
I thought about that. Like I put them both on. I'm like, look at me, and I was like, that's dumb. I'm taking that off.
Put one on your ankle, you know. Then you.
To be fair, one was free, so I'm not like going out buying smartwatches like a psychopath.
Like, make it rain.
Like those people who just have like the super nice diamond encrusted golden watches that are like super huge and gaudy, and like you see them.
My
like,
brother.
God, where was I?
Were you at my brother's birthday party? Because his is fucking gaudy as hell. I'm like, Tony, take that off.
No, when who was it? I think it was when Axel and G were visiting recently. We had to go to the store. So we went to my local store, my local grocery store, and as we were checking out the line, we went down, there was this, he looked like he was like maybe 19. Like, you know, young guy. And I just happened to take a look at his wrist, and I went, you are going to get yourself mugged, man. This thing was like gold, diamond encrusted, like bedazzled watch. Just like huge, gaudy on his wrist. And I was like, you work as a cashier at a grocery store, and you have that watch.
You know what's great?
You bought that yourself, or that was a gift.
It is fake as hell.
I bet.
Probably.
It's so fake.
Cubic zirconium.
Yeah, my brother's like one. He's like that. He's like some of these diamonds are real. I'm like, not enough to matter.
God, it's just like, you know what? Props to him. He's got some nice style. Like anytime I see someone with a cool watch, I'm like, I can't do that. Go you. But at the same time, it's like, dang, that is too much.
Speaking of cool watches, movement watches. If you'd like to hook us up with the sponsorship, well, I'll throw this watch away.
I do not wear watches. I would wear a watch if Movement decided to sponsor us. That is movement.com/VG. Look, we got it down already. mvmt.com.
Where did we fall off? See, we went down the rabbit hole of Amazon, which anytime you go
Amazon, following the consumer's path, we're now whoring ourselves
now we're
out.
trying to whore ourselves out to advertisers that we don't even have. So how about we get back on track and let's talk a little bit more news, okay?
ReaperMinis.com/VGBits for a 10% off coupon.
Dude,
if your order are 50 and over,
give me a little time with Reaper. Maybe I can do something.
All right.
All right. Cody, you have any more news?
No, I'm good. I'm done.
All right.
You guys are.
All right, moving on. I got some news here. This is more going to be rant stuff. It won't last too long. Games Radar wrote an article about Idris Elba, who has a bit part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was in the Thor movies. All the way from Thor to Thor Ragnarok, and then he had a bit part in the Avengers Infinity War. You saw him; he got killed, so it was one of those things. They asked him.
If you haven't, spoiler alert,
dude. It's like
spoiler alert,
dude. It's like 5 seconds into the movie.
Who were you talking about anyway?
He's Idris Elba. He's that gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Oh, him. Okay, I like him.
Literally 5 seconds into the movie, people. Not
a spoiler.
spoiler.
If you haven't seen the movie, it is a spoiler. When
okay.
I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, that guy!"
You're like, "Oh look, it's Thor it's him from Thor Ragnarok, where they were getting their ass kicked."
Heimdall.
Heimdall. Yeah.
Heimdall. Whatever.
Anyway.
But yeah, I like the gatekeeper too. It's cool.
Anyway, they used the I believe it's acronym is the proper term
for
MCU, where it's an abbreviation. Yeah. They used that with him, and he goes, his response was, "What's MCU?" He thought it was Manchester United. Now I'm not gonna bag on him because he wasn't because he didn't know that it was stood for Marvel Cinematic Universe. More so, I'm kind of curious is why is this actually a story?
because they didn't have anything else to talk about. I just want to point out real quick that the being that Idris Elba is from England or the UK rather, and Manchester United's initials are MCU.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there.
Oh yeah.
In his defense, it does mean MCU.
He's also fixing to be the new James Bond, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That'll be really cool.
It is gonna
I'm
be.
looking at his IMDb page right now, and I don't see that.
Well, it's because they haven't released the movies yet.
But it's not even in production then,
It's probably not.
or pre-production.
It's probably also not. They're just talking about casting right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I guess.
Because it's controversy right now. Because James Bond is only supposed to be a white guy.
Yeah.
Says who?
The author that wrote James Bond.
Fair.
Now, here's the thing. Like, I'm totally fine with Idris Elba playing as James Bond. I think that's fine. I think he'll be great as James Bond.
Yeah.
But there is a counterpoint to this. Is that, when you have actors, like, say, with most recent with Scarlett Johansson playing something she wasn't now. Oh, trans woman, trans man, I forget now. And everyone got upset because she's not a trans person. And that's fine. But then you can't get upset about a black guy playing a white guy. Or it's the whole. I'm getting into the thing I didn't want to talk about. But I just want to, because this bothers me with the whole the arguments being one sided.
Oh,
like you can't be you're not this thing, so you can't play this thing, and then be like, he can play that thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But when James Bond has always been with the original author, who now I can't remember now. It's not Arthur Conan Doyle. No, that's fucking Sherlock Holmes. But you can't be like
Ian
when
Fleming.
they get upset. Yeah. Who?
Ian Fleming.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When the people who are against a black guy playing a white guy get upset, you can't be like, it's fine when they're using the same argument as you. You can't. It doesn't. It goes both ways.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to get at on that.
They're actors. They're being people. They're not. That's the whole point of acting.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I'm all for people being represented. That's fine. I don't care. As long as they do a good job, I could give a shit less who plays what.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as long as it fits, like, there are some roles and people who just don't fit in certain characters, and it's not because they're one thing or the other. It's just because maybe they weren't the right pick. And
yeah. So
absolutely, but of course, I'm a straight white dude, so my opinion doesn't matter.
Newsflash: we're all straight white dudes. Opinions don't matter.
Moving on.
Are you sure? Because I could stir up some more controversy while we're here.
I came across an article on Screen Rant. It said which Marvel characters should get their own games next because of Spider-Man just recently released. And the one thing that I want to say to this is stop.
Yes.
Stop it. No.
Yep.
No. Bad. Quit thinking like that. Just because Spider-Man came out and just because it was successful doesn't mean you get to go find another freaking Marvel character and say, let's make his game. Stop it.
I think very few superhero games work well. I mean, if you go back and look at Superman 64, holy shit, that could have been a good game, but it was real bad. It was real bad, and I'll tell you why. Because Superman's real boring. And also the game was real terrible.
It was like racing with rings and Superman.
But, when you get to that point, like I was thinking Iron Man would be really cool. I'm like, what would it be like? And then my brain was like, it'll be like Superman 64. It's going to suck.
That's why I'm kind of like, I want him to stop. It's like, no. Don't sit there and try to force something. Please, just let it come.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if they were to do, I think the best way to go the route with superhero games for some of them, not all of them, like, Spider-Man obviously makes a great superhero game. It's a lot of fun. Batman, along the similar lines, he's mortal, he can die, he's limited in his ability, that sort of thing. But for people like Superman or Iron Man or, like Deadpool or Wolverine or like some of those, I think the better way to go about it would maybe be more along the lines of like Telltale.
I just want to
Storytelling.
point out real quick before we go any further, the Deadpool game, the most recent one that came out for the Xbox 360,
It was a good game.
it's a good game.
Was it? Awesome.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very, very good. The writing was great. The story was good. The gameplay was good. It worked very well for Deadpool. I'll say that.
For me, I'm just terrified that they're going to try and force like a Hawkeye game or a Captain America game, and it's like I don't want to see that. I want you to develop a game if you've got a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, however, like Insomniac did with Spider-Man, they're like, let's get the spider web thing going, or this swinging on webs. Man,
Well,
that's a mechanic.
The thing is, they used it. I believe from what I've read, like I haven't seen the game, and nor have I played Sunset Overdrive, but I believe they're using the same engine from Sunset Overdrive,
With Sunset Overdrive,
which
awesome
which lends itself very well to Spider-Man.
game.
So, so it's like they had someone at Insomniac was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if this was a Spider-Man game? And everyone's like,
Like, holy shit, yeah, let's do that.
can you do that? They'd be like, yeah, we can do that.
Hold on, let me get on the computer. Okay, here's a guy swinging from the edge of a building right now. Da-da, there you go. Wow, this is great. We're making a game.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see
I-
any forced. I don't want to see any forced superhero games now.
Yeah. Like I'm the same with you. I'm afraid they're going to try to capitalize on the success of the MCU, and they're going to start pumping out games that we don't want.
Yeah.
We're going to have, back in the day when we had shitloads of games coming out that were associated with the movies, like we don't have that anymore. Like if you realize that there's so few video games anymore because they were all shit. They were all trying to capitalize on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They tried to shoot out a video game in the time it took to make a movie, and it was it's like, okay, well here's the Mummy movie, and then here's the Mummy video game. By the way, the demake of the Mummy, the video game, 1,000,000 times better than the actual movie released recently.
Really?
Oh yes, it was it head and shoulders far above. It was a roguelike.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it was
That's cool.
just awesome game. But the movie was with
based on the Tom Cruise movie?
Yeah, the Tom Cruise movie, total crap.
Well, of course it
Horrible
was.
movie.
Brendan Fraser wasn't in it.
Not true.
Fair.
Brendan Fraser, best Mummy movie ever.
We miss you, buddy. Sorry,
miss
your
you,
wife
buddy.
fucked you over.
Didn't hear about that.
Yeah, his wife just fucked him. It was bad news.
Well, you hadn't seen
Hang
him
in
in
there, buddy.
anything. But
It was a while back.
that's my rant. That's my rant. I don't want a Marvel video game being shoved down my throat every 5 seconds now. I just want him to come when someone has a really good idea instead of, all right, we got to get everybody together and try to come up with an idea right now.
Yep.
What about the Hulk smashing buildings? Okay, we're going to make a game about the Hulk smashing buildings. Hold on.
That's not what the Hulk does. I mean, Hulk smash, yes, but come on.
Yeah.
You know what
Hulk.
I would rather see a Hulk on like Thor Ragnarok type game. I would play that, where it's just
where you're just chilling, just doing stuff, and then occasionally you go out and fight.
Yeah, you're just the king. You go, you fight, like make it a fighting game. That's all I care about. I would play that fighting game, just absolute like mayhem and destruction, and that would be interesting to me. Like Red Faction guerrilla warfare, but with the Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. Like, you got to make a story that goes with it.
Nah.
Yes, not nah. You have a triangle. At the top is the story.
Just have him be the warrior for the guy who ran that world, the Lost World that he was on, the Junk World.
Yeah.
And just be like, you're my warrior now. Go destroy stuff. Like,
that's probably exactly what he would say.
Just have it be in between, like when the Hulk got there and then when Thor got there, and that would just be it. It would be like what he did while there. That would be enjoyable.
That's the name of the game. What he did till Thor showed up.
Hulk's diary. Me smash.
Day 2. Me
Day
smash
2.
more.
Me smash
Me
little
too,
more.
bubble bath.
It's nice. Hope
Give
not
me
relaxed
smash.
enough.
Hulk not like Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner, coward.
Hulk need to treat self more.
Pedicure for Hulk.
Hulk broke nail. Hulk angry.
Hulk smash! This is terrible.
Great.
Quality content. Oh, okay. Moving on from the Marvel universe, we're going to take a turn back into Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is coming to the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Sadly, this is one thing that Michael was excited to talk about before he had to slip out for the evening. So I will go ahead and do a quick recap on one of the things that he wanted to say on this. Kind of one of the things that annoyed him the most about this game was the fact that if you wanted to play multiplayer, everybody had to have a freaking SP with the cable that attached to the GameCube.
For some backstory real quick, Crystal Chronicles originally released on the GameCube.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes. So you had to have a whole bunch of accessories to play multiplayer.
Sounds like Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, legit. Of course, this was also at the time where Animal Crossing came out, and if you wanted to go to the island on the GameCube version, you had to have the cable and your SP connected together so you could transfer your little character to the SP version of the island on Animal Crossing so you could play that way. So it's not like people didn't have the cables. It was just a pain in the ass to play the game on an SP when you had a perfectly good controller.
You're hooking your SP to a better console
Yes.
to play on your SP.
Yes. That's exactly what it was. Now the game
chaos.
The game itself was fun. I mean, you ran through in different seasons, and the object was the game is to carry the little crystal all the way around and do your little trek or your little journey with a crystal. It was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was the first Final Fantasy back on a Nintendo property since 3? 3 is technically 6, but 3 domestically.
Yeah.
So it was an exciting time back in the day. I mean, this was 2003? Yeah, 2003. But it's getting a remaster. It's getting it basically is all the old art is getting nice shiny nice little shiny high resolution polygons all look the same, so everything's a little jaggedy. It comes out in 2019, and right now there is no domestic or US release date noted. So we will have to wait and see if we get something here. So we will see. And that's all I've got for the news, TJ. What do you got, man?
I got a couple things, some Monster Hunter related stuff, because that's all I know anymore these days.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute.
You live, Monster Hunter.
I kind of feel like I got to do these days. Like, I watch tutorials like almost nonstop on how to use the weapons that I use so that I can use them better. Because if you've played Monster Hunter or any of them, I was going to say Monster Hunter World, but any of them, they don't teach you how to use your weapons at all. They're like, here are all the weapons. We'll give you the first set for free. Have fun.
I will say, I don't know if any other Monster Hunter does it, but Monster Hunter World does give you the opportunity to go to a training ground that literally lists all the move sets.
No, it doesn't. It damn sure does not.
Monster Hunter World? It does.
Yeah. Nope. I want you to go get the charge blade, and you go in there and you tell me how to charge your sword.
All right.
Because that's the thing you can do, and I bet the training group doesn't tell you. Because believe me, I was in there, and I'm like, how the hell do I charge my sword? Because I'll go ahead and give a brief rundown, because, I don't want anybody just like drifting away. But the charge blade is a sword and shield that transforms into an axe. and as you use it,
You know what? I believe you are right. It does not specifically state how to charge it, but in messing around with the combos, I did figure it out because you have to like literally like press and hold your attack button to charge it up, don't you?
well, here's the thing: you attack and it builds up a charge, and then you hold shield, you press another button, and it will put the blade in the shield and charge your files, and then you charge up again, and then you charge your shield, and then you can charge your sword, and then you can unleash all these things you've charged into what is this a charged axe explosion. They don't teach you how to do it in the freaking tutorial, which is stupid. Stupid. Like, it took me so long to learn how to use that damn weapon, and I love that weapon. It's just there's no hand holding at all. It's like your parents took you to some weird theme park and pushed you through the door and said, "Have fun," and then you're like, "Where do I go from here?" And you turn around and they're gone. And
All
you
right.
know who's standing there is the handler, and she's eating all your food. But anyways, let me get into the fucking news before I go off on another tangent.
All right, I'm going to my house to
You do that.
to equip that right now.
So I know this is for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't think this is for PC, but they're getting an Autumn Harvest Fest, which will start this September 21st. You will get Halloween-themed items, equipment. There's going to be some Halloween-themed quests, all kinds of Halloween-themed stuff. It'll be a good time for everybody except for PC, because we suck.
PC Master Race.
Yeah, except for World. Let's see. There is. Did I say September 21st? Yeah, they go for like 2 weeks.
It's the Proto Commission Acts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got here, because I don't know how my phone works. I already did Crystal Chronicles. Devil Joe! I talked about Devil Joe coming out to the PC finally, so we finally got our first new monster and our first big update. Come with new weapons and stuff. Once you... well, actually, no, I think he just starts invading shit. But it will start invading 6 and 7 star missions, as well as high rank missions once... everything above 6 is high rank. Once you pass the question mark Rathian quest. But there's also a new tool, the Dragon-Proof Mantle, and DLC for chef clothes for your handler. She gets the first paid DLC. She gets a new outfit. Because she eats all your food, so they decided to make you pay money to make her look different. And if they would have paid money to have me put in someone else, like Quest the Gal from the Gathering Hall, that would have been okay with it. I feel bad being someone that hates on her, but you know, she's fine. You know, I don't have anything against the handler. It's just fun to make fun of her.
Her face is a little weird at times.
She's got that uncanny valley thing going on.
Yeah, like sometimes you're like, oh wow, she's actually really cute, and then you look at her and you go, something's off about her.
Her eyes are dead.
One eye just starts drifting off to the side,
well,
and then
you know,
slips back into place.
Going off on a tangent. You know, that's why the uncanny valley is a thing.
Valley Canny.
The Unvalley Cannery. But it's because something looks too realistic. But as animals that we can see life, like if you see a dead body, you're like, there's nothing in there. If you see this thing that's uncanny, we as humans can see there's nothing in there, so it's a dead corpse walking around. It's freaky. Like, that's not right. We don't like that. But
that boy ain't right.
Dang it, Bobby. I wanted to talk about this. Actually, this has been out for a little while, but Saint Isidore, the patron saint of the internet.
What?
Yes, the Vatican is considering acknowledging Saint Isidore as the patron saint of the internet. And who this dude was, this is sort of old news. I get it. Thank you. You're monitoring my cookies. Let's see. Saint Isidore, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I don't care, because I'm not Italian or whatever, who was born around 536 AD, wrote a 20-book opus, Entomologies, also known as the Origins, in which he tried to record everything that was known. So, he was the Wikipedia of 536.
All right then.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I guess it's kind of been a thing that the internet as a collective is like, this is the patron saint of the internet. And I guess now the Catholic Church is like, all right, I guess we'll acknowledge this. So it's a thing. It's a thing. Is it Charge Blade coming out there for you, Cody?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't remember how I got it to work before, because I'm sitting here trying to charge up the files and it's just like, nope, it's not having it.
So I'm going to tell you how. Are you using a controller right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you get your blade glowing red, hold R2 and then hit B, and that'll charge your files.
Ah, okay. That's why I wasn't attacking actually something.
Yeah, you gotta attack your charger. And then, fun fact, you have to do a combo to charge your shield, which is, I think it's YB, the top and right button. Is that YB? Yeah. You have to do YB, 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 and then right trigger, and that'll cause you to charge your thing. And then to charge your sword, you do RB, or right trigger, B, and then as you lock the thing and hit triangle, and it'll lock the sword and the shield, and then when they lock together, that'll charge your sword, and then you can unlock your overcharge combo, which is YB, YB, YB.
For those of you who just don't understand what had happened, if you go to simple.wikipedia.org, it explains it in simple English for you.
Did you look up how to do it?
No!
Oh.
I'm just trying to help all the people here because they're like, the hell are you talking about? Just go there.
Anyways, yeah, so, I mean, to be Charge Blade is one of the more complicated weapons in the game, so it's fair. Most people don't like it because they don't know how to use it, and that's fine. But anyways, also Rocket League, they've released their Rocket Pass, which costs $10. And basically what that does is it sort of eliminates the need for crates. Cheats. So you still get crates, and they'll unlock other stuff. But with Rocket Pass, as you go through, you'll unlock stuff as you progress through the experience levels. And Rocket Pass is free, I should say. But you can pay for premium, which every level will give you new stuff and give you basically more better stuff.
More better?
In order to offset them, you not buying keys, you can buy more keys to rank up your Rocket Pass tiers. Instead of just doing an XP, you can drop, say, another $60. And here's the thing that bothers me about the game, and I don't know why they have it set up this way. You have to buy the keys, and then you use the keys to unlock tiers. It's, like a tier costs, I think, 5 keys to rank up or something like that. It might be a little cheaper than that. I think it is.
Simple.wikipedia.com/Rocket League Rocket Pass.
Hey, game developers, how about you stop making us buy keys to unlock loot crates that you give us and force upon us?
Now, here's the thing. I'm not real mad about Rocket League doing it. It's all cosmetic shit, and that's fine. If people want the cosmetic stuff, whatever. I do because I have a problem, and I need to seek some sort of therapy. But therapy's expensive because I keep spending money on keys to unlock these crates that keep giving me fucking decals for cars I don't fucking have.
Yep.
I'm so goddamn mad.
Cycle continues.
Yes.
I was very fortunate. I happened to play with some new friends, and they very badly wanted me to have the same car as them. So one of them happened to have the same car and just gave it to me.
Jesus. I thought it was weird. I'm like, how the fuck does he have a Twinser already? I don't have a Twinser, and I've opened like 50 fucking crates.
So I told them, I was like, oh, hey, that buddy of mine who's really good at the game wants to join up. Is that okay? And they were like, yeah. I was like, oh, he's gonna look at me having this Twinser and be like, how did he get that?
I was
He's gonna be
salty.
so
I,
jealous.
I was a little salty. Like, I don't even want the Twinser. I just saw that you had a car that come from a crate and I didn't have it. I was like, that's fucking bullshit. Because, like, God damn it. Okay, you know what's funny is, like, we were talking about David playing Rocket League, and he was streaming it, and I look, and in his inventory, he has every fucking crate that he has gotten, and he doesn't open any of them. I'm like, David, if you want to get rid of them crates, you just hit me up. I will take all of those. I will open every one of them. Someone help me, please. So yeah, I have a problem, and it's Rocket League related. But if you don't want to buy, you don't like that whole bullshit of buying keys to unlock crates, now there's an alternative, or you don't have to. But if you like buying keys, and I almost wanted to spend a lot of money, because I'm gonna put this out there. I know I'm just filling time for some reason. Their engine noises, they've added custom engine noises.
Oh no!
There's one called Motor Mouth.
Oh, God.
That's exactly what you're thinking. It's
No.
and I'm like, I need that. Oh my God, I was super stoked. But it's so far up in there. I was like, I would have to play a lot more than I do now. But if you play, say, an hour and a half a day of Rocket League, then you're gonna unlock a lot of shit on there. So it's fine. I'm okay with Rocket Pass, because it means the people who don't want to blow money on crates don't have to now.
Wow.
You'll get more unlocks, which
Wow.
is nice.
Yeah, I think I may do that for when I... Wait, you said Rocket Pass was free, right?
It's sort of free. There's 2 tiers. There's the free tier and then the premium tier.
All right, and the free tier still gives you those unlocks, right?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, I will probably do that just for the sake of getting more unlocks.
Yeah. I mean, it's $10 to get all the cool shit. Like, with the free tier, you get stuff like every 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
With the premium tier, you get every level.
Gotcha.
What would
on
happen?
top of the
$10 a month, or
I think, I'm not sure actually.
What would
It
happen?
might be $10. Yeah, go ahead.
What would happen if Rocket League were to offer a $500 package? It unlocks everything.
I wouldn't buy it.
You don't think you wouldn't buy
Nope.
it?
I don't play Rocket League enough anymore to justify it. If it had come out when I was, say 150 to 200 hours in, yeah, I would have bought it.
Back when you're about $500.
If I didn't have the job that I have now and I had more time at home, yeah, probably. I would probably buy it. I probably wouldn't buy it. I might buy it. If it come with if they send me a RC Octane, then yes, I would do it.
Oh, God, I can go down it. I can go down a rabbit hole right quick. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, but I am. There is a place that is in McKinney. It is called Trax. People, you may have never heard of this before. Traxxas. It is a manufacturer of RC cars that go up to 70 miles an hour.
Yes,
dang.
these are baller ass RC cars.
They are literally like right around the corner from where I'm going to be living soon.
We might get a new hobby.
They have at their facility a racetrack in the front of their building.
That's awesome.
It is insane.
You want to know what's also cool?
What?
Where we're from, there was a place. I think it was Action Hobbies. Maybe it wasn't Action Hobbies, but they had a RC racetrack.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I want to say Polk, off Polk Street. But I think they closed down before we moved.
Probably.
Yeah, but I remember driving by and I see people standing outside there racing cars. It was neat.
I remember when I was like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, somewhere probably around there. we had a bunch of RC cars, and by a bunch I mean we had like 2 RC cars of those like cheap old RC cars. I loved those things. I loved racing them and driving them around. And I think both of their batteries died, and they were the rechargeable kind that actually didn't recharge because they were really crappy back then. So, but I've always loved, like RC cars and racing them and that sort of thing. I've just never been able to get into it because it's a super expensive hobby.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do the same thing with drone racing. I've wanted to get a drone with the like visor and everything to practice like racing a drone, because that's the closest I'll ever get to actually being a pilot.
Yeah. I feel you. Whenever we go to Fry's, I always walk through the drones because I'm like, I want to buy you, and then they're all too expensive.
Yeah.
Or Daniel's like, you don't want these cheap ones. You want these over here, and I'm like, Daniel, those are $1,000. I can't buy those.
I can't help it. Those are the
Start
ones.
with the cheap ones.
Well, see, now the cheap ones are crap, though. That's the thing. It's the if you want to get in on a drone, the cheap ones are all POSs. You have to jump in at like $1,000 to $1,600 to have this amazing time with the drone, and even at that point, you only get 20 or 30 minutes with that
But
drone
before
before you got to
gotta
recharge
learn
that
to-
battery.
You got to learn to fly it before you break it, because like if you buy the 1,000+ one, you're gonna be terrified you're gonna break it. But if you practice with the crappier ones and get used to it and then bump your way up, then you're gonna be a little bit better off.
Perhaps.
That's my only justification of jumping in at a lower tier, is learning how to do it. Because once you learn and you're able to get it down, then you jump up to the more expensive ones. It's like RC planes. You're not gonna like go out and buy the jet fighter right away. You're gonna get that stupid little dinky biplane, figure out how the thing works, then you go for the jet plane.
Well, yeah, but everybody wants the drone because of the camera, so they can put the camera on and be like, "Oh, I got the camera." Anyway,
They can spy on people.
yeah.
Speaking of RC planes, you guys remember Air Hogs?
Yes.
Yeah, I had air hogs. I
I
love
lost mine the first day I had it. That motherfucker would fly away. I remember pumping it up. We're like, "Wah!" We're like, "That's cool." Whoa. Wah. Where the fuck did it go?
That was it's like that's a great amount. That's $75 worth of spin right there.
Thankfully, it was a gift.
Oh, TJ, you got any other news?
Nah.
All right,
Nah.
no more news. So you know what that means.
It's that time again.
The time that we all enjoy. The time that we all love. And then I realized that one thing that I have not put into the channel yet, it is time for email. If you have an email that you want read on the VGBit Bitcast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast@vgbits.com. We will read them. Gentlemen,
I won't.
we have, you will hear them. We have an email.
All right.
And I realized that I forgot to put this into the channel.
Uh-huh.
We're going to it cold.
Like 5 seconds
Doing
ago.
it live.
So here we go. This is from our bestest buddy Icarus with the subject line,
Love you, Mike. Wow.
Email Spooderman Edition. Says, hey guys, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man PS4 not having pizza delivery missions like in Spider-Man 2? Honestly kills the game for me. So there you have it. No Spooderman pizza deliveries in PS4 version. Does it kill the game for you?
I've never played the game, so no.
I mean, the pizza delivery missions in Spider-Man 2 were kind of one of those what type things where you literally are Peter Parker delivering pizzas to people and flying around the city as not Peter Parker man, web swinging around. So it's interesting at the time when they kicked it in there. I guess it was like ha 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 ha, you're delivering pizzas like Peter Parker did in the movies, so therefore you are Spider-Man. I'm not missing it.
Yeah. I don't remember if I really don't remember playing very much of 2, honestly. I know I played some of it, but I don't remember anything about it, so I don't think I got very far into it. Mostly because I think at that time I was buying games every week.
You're just like, buy a game, buy a game, buy a
Pretty,
game.
pretty much, yeah. So I don't really have a dog in this horse. I mean, a race.
A
I don't have a
dog-
dog in this race.
You don't have a dog in this horse? Sorry
Is
for
it
the
the dog
words.
horsing?
A dog horsing.
First, you take a dog and you stuff it inside. Oh, I you know, it could have been it. You know, Insomniac could have probably could have done him a solid by actually throwing in a old reference to it, since everybody loves the web swinging from Spider-Man 2. Maybe they could have had like a pizza comment or something from Peter Parker. I haven't gotten all the way through the game yet, so I don't know if something like that exists, but it'd be nice, honestly, if they would have had a little throwback to it, because it was kind of a weird thing in the game for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So
As for me, I think it's the only reason why I would ever buy a PS4 to play this game specifically is just to have a pizza mission. So therefore, it kills it for me, and I will never buy the game. That being said, it slightly redeems itself for the fact that they do have a Easter egg in the game of the pizza theme song.
okay.
There is an Easter egg where apparently you can walk up to some sort of storefront and faintly hear the stereotypical Italian pizza theme song playing in the background.
I thought you
There's
were.
your little homage you were looking for.
I literally thought you were fixing to talk about the other Easter egg in Spider-Man where the dude proposed
Oh my god.
to his
Oh my
girlfriend.
god, stop.
What?
No,
There-
hold on.
There is
Hold
a.
Ah.
What is wrong?
I don't want any spoilers.
What
I
do you mean?
still want to play the game.
How? It's not a spoiler.
It's an Easter egg. Those are spoilers.
Sorry, I spoiled the other Easter egg for you.
Oh, I don't really care about a pizza song.
They're gonna patch it out
Why would they?
because the chick broke up with the dude 2 weeks before the game come out.
Oh.
Ah, that's awesome.
So one of the developers programmed into him proposing to his girlfriend.
Yes, it is on one of the matinees for a movie theater. It says, "Maddie, will you marry me?" And she
Wow.
dumped him. Here's the bad part: she dumped him for his brother.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Scandal.
So they're-
that's cold.
They're gonna patch it out, or patch it to a little bit different tweak to it. Apparently, the guy had reached out to Insomniac a few months ago, and he was like, "Hey, I want to do this," and they're like, "Sure." And Insomniac's like, "Hey, who are we to deny love?" Ugh, she was.
Oh man, you know what's great? Oh man, no.
Pizza delivery missions and Spider-Man 4, PS4. That would be great.
You know what would be better if they patched it by having you go on a side mission with this guy and taking him on a date to make him feel better. to a pizza place.
He's be like, "Hey man, I heard your girlfriend broke up with you just before you got married. Here's some pizza."
Hey, so
That's funny.
it's
Sucks.
sad and
It's funny, but it sucks. Better now than after he proposed.
no kidding. Or he could have actually like, "Hey, look, hey, marry me," and she'd be like, "No, I like your brother." Just told him to his face.
Ooh,
Oh man.
that would have been rough. Because at that point, he's got the ring and everything.
Oh yeah,
you know.
this guy's.
He would have live streamed it.
Yeah.
He would have live streamed it. And it would have been awesome. Be like, "Hey babe, come check out this part. Look at that. What do you think of that?" Oh no. And then we would have had a top 10 Twitch fail compilation there.
Like,
At least number 2.
let me turn my stream off. I'm gonna turn my stream off.
Just immediately cut to technical difficulties with the pizza theme song playing over it.
That's funny but terrible.
Yep.
Funnable.
Thank you for letting us make light of your awful situation.
Easter eggs. Can't wait to find more. Right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week's edition of the VGBit Bitcast. Sorry for it coming out so late this week, but
And being so long again.
that's usual. It's all. I tell you, okay, look, this podcast has now grown to where it's a permanent 2.5 hour podcast. There's no getting around it.
You're welcome.
We can't hit an hour and a half.
Good.
Huh?
So that was real good.
Thank you.
I'm lost. I heard a "you're welcome" and that was it.
It was a very deep, and it was good. As a deep voice guy, that was a really good. You're welcome.
Oh, you're complimenting him on his deep voice guy.
Yeah.
I see.
Sorry.
That's okay.
2-hour podcast guaranteed. Your podcast will be 2 hours long, or it's free.
Wait a second.
Everybody
Nope.
loves a 2.5 hour podcast.
I sure hope they fucking do.
You get them all the time. Nonetheless.
You guys want to go longer? Because Cody, quit playing with change on your desk.
I'm sorry.
You're fucking up the audio.
He's
It's becoming a
trying.
nervous habit of mine.
He's trying to be a magician.
I was actually trying to do that the other day. I was like, I could roll quarters. I was like, I can't.
It took me probably solid 2 hours to get to the point where I could actually do it somewhat consistently, and
Yeah.
even then, like, that's gonna fall.
I can't do any of that. I do not have that skill. I don't have any skill. Except, no, I don't have any skill. I don't even have fantasy football skill.
How's your team doing so far?
I have already got a guy who's injured and on injured reserve. First freaking week. It is not this. It is rant. It is not. It is always. This always happens. It is not a fantasy football season without me having somebody on injured reserve the first week I play.
That's funny. Speaking of it, I think I forgot about this to mention, or we haven't done a podcast since then. I don't remember. But I went to a Cowboys game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Yeah, that was a
fun.
mess.
That was it was real good. I had a good time.
Oh yeah, you hate
All
the Cowboys.
Yeah, all the people I were with had a terrible time.
Yeah, it didn't get any better this week. That's for damn sure.
Oh man, I've never
Sports
seen.
ball.
So that was like my first game. Now, fuck, I did talk about this. I don't know, but anyways, I'd never been, and it was great.
I
A
haven't
good
heard
time.
about this. Glad
Yeah.
you had fun. It looked cool.
Well, I'll tell you
It
what,
was good seats.
Jerry
Good-ish
Jones.
seats.
Jerry Jones has made it to where it is not about the Cowboys at that stadium. It is about the stadium itself.
Yeah,
You've seen the okay, so you've been there. You've seen the stadium. You've seen the
Big.
stadium. It is monstrous, even from
Yeah.
a distance. Like
Yeah.
when you are like miles and miles away, and you look at this thing, you're like, "What the hell is that?"
yeah, it's nuts.
Is that the one that was like super close to your house?
No, but it's close to the airport.
The one that's like a half hour away near Nerdvana, or am I thinking of something else?
No.
that was the soccer
That's
stadium,
the
right?
soccer. That's a FC
Yeah.
Dallas.
Gotcha.
We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. This is Jerry Jones' tombstone for himself
Right.
one day.
He built a pyramid for himself.
They're
pretty
gonna bury
much.
him under the field.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Man, this thing is so big and it costs so much money. It was $2 billion.
yeah.
You know what I could do with $2 billion?
You can make a
So
lot
that's
of
football stadium.
You can buy 2 billion hamburgers from McDonald's.
And
I
you know what's
I could
crazy?
make a lot of college kids happy.
True.
Oh, don't be charitable. I mean, be charitable, but like, $1 million to some college kids, and then you buy a Ferrari. And
I would back VGBits. I would pay for college students. Lucid, if you wanted to go back to school, I would let you go back to school. Daniel, if you wanted to go back to school, you would go back to school. Like, I got you covered.
I actually had this discussion with my mom. I was like, if I ever got rich, nobody would know. One, because none of my friends, or not none of my friends, but none of my family ever visit. So, like, I would buy me a nice house and we'd have a nice studio. I'd quit my job and then just, like, distance myself from everyone. But, like, I have this fear of, like, winning the lottery and then my family killing me. My mom's like, I would buy y'all all a house. I was like, don't do that. Because then you're going to have people wanting you to give them more money. They're going to be entitled to your money. Then they're going to kill you. She's like, you would kill me. I was like, I wouldn't. But you don't know. Millions of dollars do weird shit to people.
Yep.
You don't know about people. Hey, this is a really weird twist to put on the end of the podcast here, guys.
That's okay. Nobody listens this far anyways.
You know what? This week for email, we're going to turn it around. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So
Would
email us.
Would you back us on Kickstarter?
Would you become a patron on our Patreon?
Yes.
Sign up for our Patreon.
Patreon.com/VGBits. For $1 million, you can have dinner with us.
We will fly you out here and buy you dinner.
Only after 3 months have passed. So once the 3 months and the 3 million, then we'll fly you out here.
Yeah.
So there's fees and stuff we got to clear, and we don't have $1 million yet. And we need the $1 million.
We'll take you to Nerdvana.
We'll even let you pick out your game.
Dude, Nerdvana is so cool.
Yeah.
Nerdvana sponsor us.
Probably not.
Awesome.
But that would be
No.
great to have our podcast in there. We're not really family friendly, but
Could you imagine them airing that over top of the bar, just like us talking?
you'd be like, look, it's that guy that's on TV. Why is he on TV? He's not anybody important. It's like, yes, I am not.
I am famous.
I am
Dozens
marginally.
of people know my name.
Woo! All right. Guys, thanks for joining me on the podcast this week.
Thanks for having me.
Me too.
Sorry about my coin.
That's
Thanks.
okay. Michael, game over for you. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you'll have enough lives to finish the podcast. But we will have to find out next time on the Bitcast. Good night, everybody.
Bye.